Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be finding out what is your unique spiritual blueprint, so USB. I think this one was requested by Nubian Lion. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I think that was requested. What is your USB? And I assume that's what it stood for, or at least that's how I know USB to mean. It could have been a different request, I'm not sure. So let me know in the comment section if this is the type of video you meant. If not, then I guess you guys get to enjoy this sort of reading, right? And I really love doing these high vibrational readings. I really love knowing like what are these great things about yourself that just make you, okay? And I just want to say massive thank you to each and every one of you for continuously supporting this channel. You guys mean the world to me. Like, where would this channel be without you guys' support? It wouldn't be anywhere, right? And I also want to say thank you to everyone who's always continuously supporting my other channel, Awkward Confidence. I may not post as much there anymore, but it's coming. It's coming. So if you're new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to type in Awkward Confidence or click the link down below and just discover for yourself, okay? So I have 7 piles today, and even though there are a lot of piles, I do actually want to rely more on my intuition, so there isn't many cards within each pile, okay? And I'm aiming to get this video to not be too long, but you know me, I'm a Gemini, I talk too much. My Mercury's even in Gemini, like I doubt that's going to be the case, okay? So we have pile 1 for resistance, but it's reversed. We have pile 2 with harmony. We have pile 3 with liberation. We have pile 4 with assertiveness. We have pile 5 with kindness. We have pile 6 with intention. And we have pile 7 with boat. So go ahead and pick your piles and I'm going to start, okay? Everybody's watching her and she's looking at you. Okay, so pile 1, 2, 2, 2. We have resistance. I'm trying to get all of these out of frame though. I don't know if you guys can hear what I can hear, because I can hear Rihanna playing in the background. So everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. Pile 1, you guys chose resistance reverse, okay? But the fact that that song is playing and I didn't choose it, it just came on by itself. This could indicate that you may like attract a lot of attention, okay? Because everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. Okay, you guys are showstoppers. And I don't mean in a way like it's in a very dramatic way, like you enter a room and all of a sudden every single person's eyes on you, but you do attract a lot of attention. This could even be online, okay? But yeah, you guys chose resistance reverse. We have the vulture and the asphodel, which is upheaval. We have 26, dare to be happy. Some of you guys could be 26 or 62, it doesn't matter, but 2 is all about alignment, partnership, and 6 is all about balance and reciprocity. Add them together, you get 8, which is abundance, okay? We have confirmation. We have the magician, which is Gemini, Virgo energy, so air and earth. And then we have Empress, which is Taurus, Libra energy, Venus energy, okay? All right, so what is your unique spiritual blueprint? Well, as I mentioned before, you guys happen to get a lot of attention, and this doesn't have to be in a very superficial kind of way, like, oh my god, pile 1 is attractive, although we do have the Empress here, so you guys could just very well just be attractive as well physically, but it's more like energy, okay? You guys, it's not, okay, this is not meant to be used in a way for vanity purposes, as in, okay, I love attention and, everyone just has to flock towards me. No, you're meant to make use of this spiritual blueprint. You're meant to, if you know a lot of people gravitate towards you, you attract a lot of people, a lot of attention. You're meant to use that level of influence to better yourself and others, okay? You're meant to use that influence to inspire, okay? It doesn't matter what type of job you do, but one of your purposes in life is to inspire, is to influence, especially if you have a humanitarian sense of the way you look at life. If you feel like certain things bother you, injustices bother you, the oppressed people often make you feel like, no, I need to do something about this. Like, if you have that sort of heart, that sort of morality, you're meant to make use of this unique spiritual blueprint, okay? Because we do have resistance reverse, so I do feel like with this energy, a lot of people do have a strong reaction to you, whether people end up really loving you or feeling extremely triggered by you. Even if someone was to dislike you, if they were to pinpoint it, they can't even come up with reasons. A lot of the time, it just sounds delusional, okay? So you may trigger people who don't really have the same level of morals and values, or people who feel very insecure with themselves, but you face a lot of opposition. And you may even have a strong reaction yourself towards people who are in authority, but don't use their authority the way they're meant to use them. So growing up as a kid, you could have had a problem with authority figures. Not in a way where you're always rebellious or just acting out or not listening. I mean, for some of you, it could be. But it's like more of a case of like, you oppose them if they are being abusive in their power, okay? But overall, a lot of people who may be triggered by you, it's weird because I'm getting this energy of you knowing or being aware that you may irritate people or people have a problem with you, but it's kind of like, that's not my problem kind of energy. So this being reversed, you're just like, I'm Stevie Wonder to the BS. Like, I don't care who has a problem with me and who doesn't, as long as I have not done anything unjust to these people. You should not be feeling this type of way kind of energy, right? So I do feel like with great level of admiration and influence will come its downfalls. It will also breed a lot of jealousy, envy, insecurities, people who want to take you down, okay? It's kind of like when people say things like, oh, you know, like royal families of any nation, like, oh, they're just royal. All they do is just sit on their crown and do nothing. No, like if you have the responsibility to rule over a nation, you're not supposed to take that role lightly. It comes with a lot of responsibilities, and sometimes it even comes with the sacrifice of you being human. It's almost like you're not allowed to be human anymore. There's so many protocols. You can't show your emotions. You can't just go up and do whatever you want. There's so many things you have to sacrifice in order to take that role with a lot of seriousness. And I can't imagine the amount of pressure it takes. And you can't please each and every individual. So imagine thousands of people just disliking you, and you didn't even get to choose which family you're born into. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, that may be debatable depending on who you are. Some spiritual people believe that you do get to choose, but I digress. We do have upheaval though. So I do feel like you do face a lot of challenges, but the way you face your challenges, Pile 1, is it doesn't turn you bitter. It doesn't make you feel like, you know what, now it's time to be horrible to each and every person I meet. It's like, no, there's some sort of spiritual lesson that I'm needing to go through. And with every single trial and tribulation, you always come out smarter, wiser, and a lot more profound than you would have come before the situation would have taken place, if that makes sense. I'll give a better example. So, like say for example, in the cases of, if everywhere you go into each environment, whether it's a workplace, a school environment, relationships, family even, you may be dismissed, you may be undermined, you may be disrespected, invalidated. But then you may sit and reflect and analyze yourself and think, why is these situations happening to me? Why is this continuously a thing I'm going to have to face? Why is it people just feel the need to disrespect me or take advantage of my kindness or not respect me or whatever it may be? And you start to draw patterns and realize this is happening at work. This is happening in school. This is happening in my relationships. This is happening in my family. This is happening everywhere. What's going on? Surely I'm not the problem. I'm not going out of my way to antagonize anyone. I'm not doing anything wrong to anyone. So why do these people feel like it's comfortable to direct all this hatred towards me and all this disrespect and dismissal towards me when I do nothing wrong or I go above and beyond to make everyone feel good? So then you may come to that conclusion that there is a lesson I'm needing to learn from this. I need to set boundaries. I need to put people in their place. I need to defend myself. Why am I afraid of my own power? You know, things like that. And sometimes these people know your power, but before you do, okay? So when you go through situations like that, you realize what it's teaching you, and you always come out of anything that may have been very hard to go through. You always come out of it very different. Like you transform through every single trial and tribulation because you guys understand the power of alchemy. You guys are alchemists, right? We do have dare to be happy. So this is giving me the energy of like, regardless of what the status quo is, or regardless of what people expect of you, you're that type of energy that you say, you know what, does this make me happy? Is there something that I can actually feel fulfillment in? So for some of you, this could be pertaining towards career. For some of you, you may feel like, I want to do this career because it brings me passion, it makes me feel good, it makes me feel happy, I'm able to help the people that really need me, etc., etc., etc. It brings me fulfillment, so I'm going to do it. Sometimes you don't even need a reason to either take initiative towards something or leave something. You just think, well, I feel guided to do this. This is what makes me happy. I'm going to do it. Like, you're not one of those people that feel like you need to follow trends or whatever everybody else is doing. It's like, you could care less. If it doesn't bring you fulfillment, it's not for you. Like, someone could literally say, oh, don't you want to marry a person who's like this, or don't you want to be with a person who's like this? And you're like, well, people like that don't bring me happiness. I feel really happy, content being by myself, or I feel happy and content marrying this type of person, or whatever it may be. I'm just giving random examples. You don't do what's expected of you. You do what makes you happy. So people really find this amazing, because I feel like you're not afraid to do the things that many people would feel like, oh, I want to do that, but oh my God, what if anyone, like, say for example, if you come from a family where everyone went to uni, you may be like, well, I don't want to be the one that goes to uni, or vice versa. You come from a family that never went to uni and you're like, well, I want to be the one that goes to uni. Or everybody else got married and had kids early and you're like, I decided I don't want to have kids. Like, you're that one person that will do something that makes them happy, even if it's everybody else would feel like, oh, that's strange, you don't fit in, or that's not part of what is expected of you, you know? Because you move with alignment. Even when it comes to your efforts, if you are giving and giving, you want to make sure that there's something that you're also receiving. If you feel like it's not balanced or it's not equal, you don't mind holding back your energy. So some people may see this as like, you're very balanced, it's like you don't have a problem going above and beyond for people, but you're not going to do that just to be taken advantage of. You're like, this is not fulfilling me. So people really love this energy about you. And for some of you, this may not have been who you were before, but you may have grown into becoming this person. We do have confirmation. So I get that you guys are very intuitive people. And sometimes when you say things or you have a feeling about things, you always get a confirmation just like that. You may have a great relationship with your spiritual team. It kind of reminds me of what happened yesterday. I was meant to go to the gym a lot later, but then I couldn't find my favorite gym attire, and I was like really vexed. I'm like, if I can't find this, then I probably shouldn't go to the gym today. It was like, I'm like very dead set on like, it has to be this outfit, it has to be this, and if it's not, I'm not gonna go. I don't know why I'm like that, but I'm like that. I just blame being neurodivergent, but I just have some obsession with that, right? And so because I couldn't find it, I didn't go. And then I checked my email and I found out that the gym wasn't even open that day. Like, for some reason that day it was closed. So it saved me a journey. I would have gone all the way there to discover that I was closed and went all the way back. So it's almost like, oh, thank you, Spirit Team. I didn't even have to make the effort to go because I realized it wouldn't have been open anyway. And then it was open again today. So you may get confirmations of things that maybe your soul recognizes, maybe what your subconscious knows, but then consciously you're like, you need some proof. You always get the confirmation. For some of you, you're clairvoyant. You may dream about things. You may get a certain feeling about someone, and then you have a dream about them, and then boom, it's a confirmation. Or you guys can act as almost like, not saying you guys are angels, but you can act like angels in the sense where someone needed some good advice for something, or someone needed a confirmation, and then you have a good long discussion with them and they're like, that's it, Pawan mentioned something like this, that's a confirmation. You could sometimes serve as a message to somebody that they were probably praying to God about. Okay, but we do have the Magician and the Empress. So your unique spiritual blueprint is power 1. You guys actually chose power 1. Power 1, I associate this with life path number 1. Now, I know some of you guys are. I am one as well, but I find it so rare to come across people who are. So whenever some people in the comments be telling me, oh, I'm a life path number 1, I'm genuinely shocked. I haven't come across many, but I associate 1, regardless of whether you are, if you are 1 or not, I associate 1 with the number of like manifesting. Like, I just assume that, like, okay, this makes me think of master number 11 as well, whereby people with these numbers in their charts are very good at manifesting. And don't worry if you don't have that 1 or that 11. It's just more of a case of like an energy you carry. You guys are very good at manifesting things. You're very good at bringing things into the 3D from the 5D. And it could even be as simple as, okay, this is what I want to achieve. By this month, I'm going to do this, or by this month, I'm going to do that. And then it happens. Some of you may even be like very good at lying to yourself in a delulu way, but it comes true. Like you may say like, oh, you may say something that's not true, but it ends up becoming true. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like a goal. It's kind of like an affirmation. Like, you know, when you listen to subliminals, sometimes they have question affirmations. So they're like, why am I so this? Why am I so that? Or why are you so this? But it may not be true in that moment, but it becomes true with time. Like, you know, I don't know. I think I was watching a little snippet from, is it Rich Famous Africans? I can't remember. This was like many years ago. But one of the people from that reality show, she was saying, money loves me. Everywhere I go, just money loves to chase me. You know, do you see what I'm saying? Like, she kept saying that as an affirmation, and she actually is rich. But she was saying it like in a way where like she was trying to call it in. So you guys may be very good at manifesting. You may say like you're going to do something and then you end up doing it, okay? But then with the Empress here, it's because, yeah, you guys are seen as abundant. Even if you guys are not rich, even if you feel like, no, I have a long way to go. Like, I still have goals and dreams and aspirations. But people sense that you're going to achieve them. Or some people feel like you're already in this situation where you're in the energy of receiving. Things are being given to you. Not to discredit that you don't put in the effort, but people just assume that a lot of things do work out for you. You are abundant. You are never without, okay? And you're very attractive too. And that's part of your blueprint, because some of you have pretty privilege. Make use of it, okay? I don't make the rules of society, okay? We live in a very shallow society, and it is what it is, right? But you guys may be very attractive, and being attractive is going to help you with certain doors. Of course, it has its downfalls. It has its downfalls, trust me. It's not peaches and creams, okay? However, you may make use of this, okay? But that's what I'm getting. I'm going to move on to the next pile. The funny thing is, I was saying, I don't want this reading to be long. And look how long it is. Pile 1 is almost like 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to move on to the next part. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, just email me. Pile 2, 17 minutes and 22 seconds. You guys chose harmony. Okay, what is your unique spiritual blueprint? We have the squirrel and the chestnut, which is preparation. We have 20, connect with your soul family. 2 is a number of balance and alignment. And then we have yes. On the back we have May. And then we have Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then we have fire sign energy with the 7 of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. When I saw the May, it made me think of just spring, because spring is usually May time, right? Or May is usually springtime, I should say. What is your unique spiritual blueprint? Some of you could be Libras in here. I only say that because of the harmony and the 2, which is like balance, but it's also like partnership, fairness. Some of you guys, if you have friends, I'm getting you don't have many. Because even though we have connect with your soul family, I feel like you can't relate to everyone. But for the people who are your friends, or if you have one friend even, they are part of your soul family. And they are loyal to the soil. You will never be without them. They have always got your back. You can trust them with your whole life. Whether this is one person or just 2 people. I'm getting you don't have a lot of friends. You may know a lot of people, but you don't have many friends. And it may seem like something simple, like, yeah, like who doesn't have friends? Or a lot of people have friends. It's very hard to find someone who's ride or die. It's very hard to find someone who gets you inside and out. Sometimes, you know, sometimes we outgrow people, right? Even if there's no beef, like sometimes you outgrow people. You and the people that you're friends with, or the person that you're friends with, this is a bond for life. Like, you will never outgrow each other. No matter how many changes you make, you guys change with each other. You guys adapt to each other. And that's very rare to find. So I feel like part of your spiritual, your unique spiritual blueprint is you have managed to find some of the people who you once found in another past life, if you believe in that. If you don't believe in that, then disregard that message. But you have managed to find your soulmates. And you will find every single soulmate that you're meant to find in this lifetime, whether it be through friends or whether it be in a lover, romantic kind of sense. You're gonna find your soulmate. If not, you're already with your soulmates, right? And these people are going to support you through thick and thin. And that support is going to be crucial to your journey. It's going to be crucial to your evolvement. It's going to be crucial to your life, your fulfillment. Okay? That's part of your unique spiritual blueprint. I'm also getting in this part, you guys with the Page of Pentacles, you guys are actually quick learners. You guys can spot the value in something and you quickly adapt to it. Like, you guys are very smart people. It doesn't take you a while to pick things up. Some of you guys could be very good at learning languages. Again, if you believe in past lives, this could be something to do with your past life. You maybe were different cultures or you travel to many different places. But either way, you guys are very quick learners. And again, some of you speak more than one language or multiple languages, right? So very intelligent people in this pile. But it's not just academic or like, your intelligence exceeds that. It cannot be measured by you have to go and to do this degree or this PhD. Like, you have life intelligence, you have social intelligence, emotional intelligence, academic intelligence, every sort of intelligence you could possibly possess. Okay? And it's funny because I'm getting people may underestimate you. People may underestimate you. And yet the whole time you're like, huh? You may be a very quiet person. And some of you, I heard dainty. Some of you guys are seen as very cute. But people really underestimate, especially if you're a quiet person. Because with harmony, like, you guys like peace. You thrive best in peace. You do not like drama. And I feel like you have the ability to bring harmony to people's lives. So I would not be surprised if a lot of broken people are attracted to you because you quiet a storm within them. Unfortunately, I'm getting a lot of these people don't appreciate you in the moment. They have to fumble you to lose you. And then they start to realize how much peace you brought into their life. You're very grounded. Heavy earth, water energy. But with this preparation, you guys, I heard like Scorpio, and some of you guys may not be a Scorpio, and that's fine, but you're very calculated, but not in a manipulative, evil way. Like, you're very good at being precise, and you're very good at literally just preparing for anything. And this is going to sound really morbid, and I don't mean it in this way, but I'm thinking of, and forgive me, I don't mean it to trigger anyone or for you to feel uncomfortable, but I'm being guided to talk about Kim Kardashian when she was robbed in Paris. She thought they would go to grape her, so they tied her hands, and she mentally prepared. She said that I just mentally prepared. I was like, yep, this is what's going to happen, just prepare. And they didn't, luckily, we thank God, but I feel like similarly, you guys prepare yourself for the worst. And it may sound negative, but in a way it's kind of positive because it's almost like nothing can really break you. You are unbreakable, pal, too. So it's almost like whenever something bad happens or something goes wrong, it's like you've already mentally prepared for it anyway. It's like, well, what was I expecting? What wasn't I expecting? It's kind of like that kind of energy, and so with this preparation, it's like no one could surprise you. When someone betrays you, you're hurt, but you're like, well, I mentally prepared for this anyway, so I'm going to be okay. I can get myself back up. And that's really sad because I'm hearing too good to be true. I feel like a lot of people have not been kind to you, pal, too. But it's almost like it's giving you like that, like a backbone of steel, where you're like, you know what, I know how to mentally prepare for the worst because nothing in life is permanent. Nothing in life is like guaranteed. So I'm prepared for this. It's kind of like, I can use like a very simple example, like a relationship. It's like when you get with someone, like you really like this person, you really want to be with this person, things go wrong, it doesn't work out the way it's meant to be, but you're like, you know what, this shit hurts, but I also know that nothing in life was guaranteed, so I know I'll be okay because I was okay with the last breakup with this person, so I know I'll be okay this time. I get back every time. And it's sad because it's almost like for some of you may prepare for the worst, but for others of you it's like you're not waiting for bad things to happen, but you're also not afraid. Like, you just know that's a part of life, okay? Yeah, because you move with certainty. With yes, it's like, okay, I know how like the world is. You have such a strong wisdom on the world. Like you have the most like realistic grip on how the world is. You don't look at it from optimism, you don't look at it from pessimism, you look at it for what it is. So it's kind of like you see things in that kind of way. But regardless, you have your ride or die, soulmate, soul family to depend on, whether it's through a friend or friends. I'm getting. For some of you, if it's a lover, then yes, your soulmate. Like you know you're gonna be good, okay? But yeah, with this seven of wands, I did hear brute. Like you guys are very strong. You guys are very like you can get through anything. You have very yeah, I heard like there's something about your mind is like I'm getting a vision of a brain and someone trying to tap on the brain and all they can get like hear is like steel, like you know. You guys are very, very strong. But the funny thing is, you may not look strong. Like you may look like someone who people find cute or people want to like take care of, or like, oh, that person looks innocent, or that person looks so quiet. Like it's almost like no one could ever imagine the strength you carry. I'm getting for some of you, when people hurt your feelings or say something horrible, you have no reaction in your face. Like you may just be like, even if deep down it's hurting you, you're like, so people may assume that like you don't have feelings, or that like nothing can really like bother you or trigger you, but the truth is it does, but you just don't show it to the people who are making you feel this way. It's your strength. So yeah, that I'm getting that's all with your unique spiritual blueprint. Okay. You got also I'm also getting with this seven of wands, and the back of this card was May. You guys are never afraid to start again. It's giving spring, it's giving new beginnings. It's like even when something goes wrong and you're like, I can start again, I will get back up, I'll recover from this. You know, nothing can really stop you in your tracks, nothing can really destroy you. Even if people want it to, it can't. Okay, keep being that way. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to move on to part 3. 26 minutes and 49 seconds. You guys chose liberation. We have the duck and the chrysanthemum, which is luck. We have 35, say yes. We have you are a star. We have, I'm hearing, and the days feel like years when I'm alone. When You're Gone by Avril Lavigne. I'm hearing, and the days feel like years when I'm alone. Something about your energy is heavily missed. Maybe there's one specific energy that is missing you to the max. We have 8 of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, water sign energy, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles, earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So what is your unique spiritual gift? Sorry, your unique spiritual blueprint? Yeah, you're a star. Literally. I think a lot of people find you influential, even if you don't see it. You could be thinking like, well, I just be living my life. Like, why are people looking at me in this kind of way? You are very unique in general. There's something about you. It kind of reminds me a bit of Pile 1. So there may be some messages in Pile 1 for you. But you stand out in a way where you're not afraid to do something different. You're not afraid to do the first thing, or the first person to do a certain thing. Some of you guys carry big celeb energy. I don't know in this case, like, well, in a modern context, celebrities are like, oh my God, Beyonce, you know, or like things like that. But like in like a timeless sense, you guys hold influence. You hold admiration, okay? Because we have liberation. I feel like you guys are just very free. Open-minded, free thinkers. I'm hearing reformers, okay? It's making me think of not necessarily the religion like Protestant or Church of England, because I'm thinking of Henry VIII and, you know, I'm thinking of those things. But I'm getting like, you seem to be like the type of person that's like more liberal in general. So I don't mean the political party, but just in life. Your way of thinking is timeless. So some people may argue that, oh, the only reason why a lot of people have the courage to say what they want to say now is because we're living in a very free time now. But I feel like you're the type of person that would have been the same mentally, even if it was dated in a different century. You may have been hanged for it, you may have been shot for it, but nothing would stop you from living the way you want to live. Like, I would not be surprised if you're a woman, right? And even back in the olden days, you're like, I don't want to get married. They're like, that's a witch. And like, burn her at the stake, or there's something wrong with that woman, and you'd be like, you know what, I don't mind getting a few cats, I don't give a shit, you know, like, it makes me happy. Like, I'm getting like, you can't be tied down, you are a free spirit in general, okay? And being a free thinker, you guys have good critical thinking skills, and this liberation kind of empowers other people. It inspires other people to live the way that they want to live. Like, say for example, the olden days, most women stayed married. You may be the type of person that would divorce. Even if you're a man watching this, you may like, okay, well, I want to divorce, or I don't want to be here, or if you fall in love with the same gender, you know, like, you don't care because it makes you happy. It's like you're going to be the first to do it. It's like people are able to run because you paved the way kind of energy. Yeah, so that's your unique spiritual blueprint. You're not afraid to be the first to do something, even if other people are uncomfortable doing it, you know? Yeah, for some of you, I'm getting sexuality and even race. Like, some of you, if you're into the same gender, it's like you don't care if it's frowned upon, or if most people in your family didn't roll that way. You're just like, well, I am, you know? It's giving innovative. But with the luck and the you're a star, it's giving the energy of like, people assume that things are handed to you, but I feel like truly you are blessed. Now, I don't know what you've gone through, and I'm not dismissing any struggles that you've gone through, pal 3, but with the luck, you are luckier than most. There's things that you've gone through, the things that you've experienced that most people will not be able to get through. I can promise you that. Alive, even, I'm getting. Like, you are protected at all times. Even if you suffered the worst of the worst, it could have been worse. There could have been certain situations that it could have been a lot worse for you if it was somebody else. But because it was you, you were saved from a lot, okay? You guys are more luckier than you think. It's almost like getting out of something before it can destroy you. Okay, we do have 35, yes, and some of you guys could be 35 or 53. You don't have to be, but 3 is a number of foundations, creation, support, things like that, and then 5 is change. So I do feel like when 5 and 3 together makes 8, which is abundance, right? You have a level of support. People want to support you. People want to be there for you, okay? And with the 5, this is talking about change. So you could have gone through some transformation in your life where you've attracted more people who now love you, honor you, respect you, things like that. I'm getting this was not always the case. This was not always the case, okay? You had to do some self-development in order to make this change in your life. Yeah. You had to walk away from what was no longer aligning with you, and you're not afraid to. I feel like this gives off like I don't know, I don't want to put this on you, but it makes me think of like a life of a shaman or something, or like as if like you feel called to go down a different path to everyone, or you feel called to do something that maybe you never thought you yourself would do, but you feel guided, so you have to go through this journey, and it's always like it's not going to be an easy journey. I'm thinking of 2 scenarios. I'm thinking of like, okay, not Yusuf. What is English? What is the English name for Yusuf? Which prophet was it? Joseph. There we go. Took me a while. Joseph. This makes me think of Joseph. He was favored by his father. He was good looking. Everything was at his feet until his brothers got jealous of him and threw him down a whale. He got sold into slavery. He worked his way up into being favored into a high position. This reminds me of you guys for some reason, where things may have been fine at some point. You may have experienced a lot of pleasures, a lot of privileges at some point, but then you've had things stripped away from you. But you also understood it had to be for a reason. You've had people betray you. You've gained things. You've lost things, but it's got you to a path of where you needed to be. And like you've walked away from situations that many people may not have had the guts to do so, but it got you to where you need to be. But you're still adored. Okay, you're respected even with the star. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So your unique spiritual blueprint involves having to invest in yourself. This is about self-development. Your ability to invest in you is great, because I'm getting an energy where you want to be free-spirited. It's giving a nomadic kind of energy. You're not afraid to travel here, go there, experience new life, experiencing other people's cultures. It's giving like nomad vibes, but then at the same time, it's like you're betting on yourself. You're like, okay, this is character growth. You know, even when something's taken away from you, stripped away from you, like, okay, this is character growth. You don't see it as like, oh my God, like, because I had this amazing thing, like, how dare it be taken away from me? Like, you see the underlying spiritual lesson and the journey it comes with that you have to go through. And that's what makes it your unique spiritual blueprint. It's that you're meant to get it all together. Some of you, again, I'm not trying to gas you guys up, but some of you may come from royalty. Some of you guys may have had past lives where everything was handed to you, where you had a blessed way of life. But then you chose to go away, maybe a commoner kind of route, or you chose to go through a spiritual journey instead. It kind of reminds me of Buddha, right? I think so. I need to look into his story, but I know a bit about, I wouldn't say I know so much, but I know a bit about a few religions here and there, because I am a teacher and I do teach everything. I teach English, math, science, RE, history, geography. Like, I teach everything. And in order to teach something, you have to learn about it, right? So, of course, we don't get into depth, but from what I've read, at least, okay? But yeah, like, you guys may have had, you know what, I need to go and get it all again. Maybe even in a past life you may have lived comfortably, and now in this life it's like you have to start all over again and build that way back up. But it's part of your destiny to be this star. It's part of your destiny to get it all back, you know? It's kind of reminds me of the Game of Thrones, Khaleesi. Like, she came from royalty. Her family was then disposed. And then she had to work her way up to get to that status again, that love again, that support again, you know, in order to rule. And she managed to gain followers, you know. She got everything in the end, and then she lost it in the end. But that ending was not meant to be part of the book. That was the show, okay? These American writers, they be butchering things sometimes, but you get the point. But yeah, you make the right investments, and sometimes you may invest into things that may not work out the way you wanted to, but you definitely gained a lesson out of it. It was definitely part of the journey, okay? But that's your unique spiritual gift, because you're a free spirit, okay? You're not meant to be restricted to the chains of normalcy, or like, oh, it has to be like this. Traditions always said it's meant to be like this. You don't subscribe to that, you know? You're meant to pave the way for a new path for yourself and for others, you know? Change other people's way of thinking, but not with the intention to influence, but with the intention by people just leading by example, by the way you live your life, okay? But that's what I'm getting. I heard sacrificial lamb. So some of you, again, it's like you're doing things your way, but then it's like it may have got you in such uncomfortable situations or really awkward, bad situations, but it was almost like it needed for that growth, okay? But I'm going to move on to the next pile. Thank you for watching. Pile 4, 37 minutes and 47 seconds. You guys chose assertiveness. We have the wolf and the rose hip, which is guardianship. We have 47, decide the outcome. So you guys can be 47, you don't have to be. But 4 is all about stability, protection, and 7 is all about learning. Add 4 and 7 together, you get 12, which rounds back, not 12, 11, which rounds back to a master number, okay? Manifestation, but it rounds to 2, which is alignment, partnership, okay? We have blue eyes. We have the Knight of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then we have the 4 of Wands, okay? So, okay, what is your unique spiritual blueprint? You guys carry a sense of authority, okay? Like, even if you feel like you don't, you are actually meant to carry a sense of authority, because we do have guardianship and we have decide the outcome, and there's a guy like dressed as a judge, and then we have assertiveness. So even if you haven't come into your power of using this authority, using this respect, I'm getting Capricorn vibes, Aries vibes as well. You're meant to carry that element of, even Sagittarius I'm getting. You're meant to carry that energy of like, I say this and I'm meant to be respected. You could have gone through, for some of you could have gone through instances where you didn't get this respect that you deserved. You felt like people were undermining you, people weren't taking you with any seriousness, like you felt kind of invisible at some point. But your unique spiritual blueprint is you're meant to be a leader. You're meant to take a stand. You're meant to demand a lot of respect. You're meant to be respected. You're meant to make big decisions for others. It could be I'm not getting online, I'm getting it's more like a community of people. Sorry, ignore my son, he's stimming. Because we have assertiveness. So you guys, whether you've discovered this side of you or not, is a part of you. And what you're meant to be is this person who's very assertive. You know when to stand your ground. You know when to take control. You know when to lead when you need to be. Especially for my men watching, you're meant to embody this energy of this is what I think, this is what I believe, this is how I'm going to show you the way. Okay, I heard Jesus take the wheel. Okay. With the guardianship, this is an energy of protecting your loved ones. You guys are meant to protect a lot of people, not just your loved ones. I don't know why I'm being drawn to talk about community. This seems oddly specific, but what your actions and your words are meant to hold a lot of gravity, a lot of weight, and you're meant to protect your loved ones. You're meant to be a provider, protector energy. Even if you're a woman watching this, but I'm getting man and woman, but mostly men. Like you're meant to carry this guardianship role. This protecting your loved ones. For some of you, you've already reached this point of your life where you're already embodying this energy. But you're meant to make these big decisions that change the course of either family life or anything that was meant to be stable after a period of reflection. There's something about your the way you carry yourself or your choice of words that can hold weight for how things are meant to be. This seems very specific. I would not be surprised if not a lot of people can resonate with this pile. We have blue eyes. So I'm being drawn to, this makes me think of Piscean energy. Blue eyes, you guys don't have to have literal blue eyes, but I associate this with intuition. I associate this with actually looking into people's like energy, soul, having depth to you. Your unique spiritual blueprint involves having a lot of depth. Eyes are the window to the soul. Okay, so it's almost like you're meant to connect with people on a deeper level. I'm getting this is a part that no one can lie to. If someone lies to you, you can sense it. Okay, no matter how convincing they come across, that you can sense something is off because you are extremely intuitive. Okay, so I'm getting like there's something about depth overall. Your unique spiritual blueprint holds a lot of depth, holds a lot of value, and a lot of people will find it very uncomfortable around you. They can't lie to you, okay? But I'm getting, this is reminding me of a card of like seeing two sides of the story. So if someone wants to try and conjure up something that's not true, like you're the type of person where you have critical thinking skills. You don't just make decisions out of emotion. You think, okay, I need to get all the storylines. I need to hear this side, and then put them together and make a logical and intuitive decision for the greater good of others. I feel like, I don't know why with the guardianship, it's making me think of like a community. It's almost like a chief. Okay, you guys are meant to be in a position of leadership of some kind. It can even be within your home. It doesn't have to be as big as like a lot of people. With this Knight of Wands, this is giving like you guys are very busy people. You guys are adaptable. You bounce back easily, especially when it comes to opportunities. You know, you can consider what is an opportunity basically and what isn't. Okay, you guys are really up for a challenge. I feel like if someone tries to challenge you, you're always up for it. Like you know how to I don't know why it makes me think of a wolf pack. Like, you know how some people may try and intimidate someone as a way to feel like I want to be the leader of the pack. I feel like your unique spiritual blueprint is that you do not fear anyone, or at least on a soul level, you do not fear anyone. You don't have to intimidate others to be the one that's respected. Like, it's your wit, it's your depth, it's your empathy, it's your intuition, your intelligence is what's making you in a position where you need to be as a leader. And then we have the Four of Wands. So this could be within the home or a community of some sort. You're meant to lead a community. And I think that's what it's suggesting, that you're meant to lead a community. You're meant to be the leader of a community. And I don't know what type of community, if I'm going to be completely honest, but it's because you hold a lot of wisdom. Some of you guys could be the oldest in your group, or you act like the oldest in your friendship group, family. You may be the oldest in your family, the first child. Or you're surrounded with people who are a lot younger than you, but like it's almost like you're meant to be that person that makes decisions for others, especially if you have lots of siblings or you've grown up in a big household with cousins and a lot of, it's like you're meant to be that rock for people, not just them. Like that experience could have been like preparation for what you're going to be like outside of your family. Something about assertiveness, being the first to speak out against something, being the first to make yourself like, no, like this is what I came to do. Like something that someone that people can respect and also feel safe with. Something to do with protection. Like you're meant to protect younger people or protect someone. Honor, I'm getting. Like you're meant to like protect honor or protect people from, because the world is a horrible, messed up place, but it's something about protection coming through. Strength, strategy, okay? But that comes with your assertiveness, because some people think, oh my God, I'm love and light, spiritual. Like, it's okay to be love and light, but sometimes being passive will not get you anywhere in this world, and I'm just being realistic. You know, we're not going to be in this world like looking at things with a view of optimism. You got to be realistic with your life as well. And sometimes being passive and being like, oh, just wish them well and just do, is not helpful. Like sometimes you need to be assertive. Sometimes you need to take action. You need to be initiative. And I feel like that's part of you guys' purpose. That's your unique spiritual blueprint. That's who you are. You cannot sit by and watch injustice take place. You're going to speak up about it. That's the kind of person you guys are, at least on a soul level that I'm picking up. Many people don't mind turning a blind eye when it comes to things because they're just like, oh, as long as it's not happening to me, it's not that deep. But you are not that way. You're like, I need to do something about this. I need to speak up about this. And that is what makes you unique. Not many people have that in them, okay? There's something about you saying something that's going to protect others. That's what I'm getting. It's kind of like if someone was, this is a really bad example, but it's a reality that many people face. Someone's being molested by a step parent, for example. Like you're going to speak up about it so that someone else doesn't have to experience that in a household, or you're going to take your younger siblings and go somewhere. Yeah, that was very oddly specific, and I really hope my subscribers have not gone through that, but that's just an example. Okay, but thank you so much, guys. I'm going to move on to the next pile. Okay, so pile 5, 47 minutes and 2 seconds. You guys chose kindness. So what is your unique spiritual blueprint? We have the snake in the fern, which is starting over. We have 32, speak with love. You guys could be 32 or 23. You don't have to be, but 3 is all about foundations, creation, support, networking. 2 is about alignment and partnerships. Add 3 and 2 together, you get 5, which is all about change. Okay, speak with love. We have loyalty. We have the wild card, which is Sagittarius energy, fire energy. And then we have the Queen of Cups, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So what is your unique spiritual blueprint? You guys are giving Hufflepuff energy. You really are. Kindness, loyalty. I don't know if you guys are into Harry Potter, but you guys give Hufflepuff energy. Okay? And it sounds like such a cliche, but your unique spiritual blueprint is your kindness. It's your empathy. It's your love. Don't underestimate this and do not see this as a weakness. This is a beautiful strength to have, because you have the ability to break down people's walls and allow people to be vulnerable with you. Some of you guys could be therapists. Some of you guys could be mothers. Some of you guys could just be very loving people. You're very tapped into your feminine energy. Even if you're a man watching this, because we all have both feminine and masculine traits, right? Regardless of our gender. But you guys are very empathetic and you have the ability to allow people to be open with you. But you guys are also open with yourselves. You guys are also very empathic and you hold a lot of weight of depth. Okay? You have an understanding for how human beings feel. You have high emotional intelligence. Okay? And you can really tap into that in a healer kind of sense. You guys are natural born healers. It's like this is something you don't learn at university. This is something you either are or you're not. You can develop it, but it's not something that is taught in an academic way. Okay? We have starting over. So part of your unique spiritual blueprint is that you're not afraid to start again. Something doesn't work out. Okay, cool. I'm going to start again here. Some of you guys may even move to another country and relocate and just start life from there. Some of you guys are like, I'm going to start a family in this place. I'm going to become an immigrant here. Like, you're not afraid to start again. I've just left that job. I'm going to start a new career in something else. You guys are not afraid to up and leave, okay? Because you guys know that just as much as you can have something and it may appear somewhat stable, God can take it away at any moment. So you're never afraid to start again because you believe in yourself, okay? We do have the World card. This is about ending of cycles, but it's also about travel, okay? You're not afraid to do things by yourself as well. But that's what just makes you very unique. And along the way, you meet different people. Some of you guys, similar to one of the other piles, I don't know which pile it was. I think it was pile 2 that mentioned multilingual, bilingual. Like, you guys may speak different languages, okay? You guys may be very well versed in other people's cultures. Well, the world card is also about having like high level of intelligence, but about the world, social intelligence. So cultural capital, okay? But you guys with the Queen of Cups, yeah, you guys are empathic. You guys are very intuitive, okay? You can really feel the pain in others. Even if someone could look you in the eye and be like, I don't care about you, or fuck you, whatever it may be, you have this energy about you where you're just like, you know what? I feel your pain. I pity you. I feel your pain. You're coming at me with all this rah, 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 but I know deep down you're hurting. Like, it's giving that energy. And you can make anyone like be moved to tears. It's almost like you fight people with kindness. Your kindness kills people. Kill them with kindness. Someone could be so horrible to you, but like, if you're so kind to them and you're so loving and you give that love that deep down they needed, it's like a part of them feels like icky for ever being horrible or icky for ever taking their pain out on you, okay? Because we have speak with love. Yeah, this is a very loving pile. I feel automatically healed by just being in this pile. Like, what energy do you guys carry in pile 5? Like, it's giving an energy of change. You shift people. You make people look within. You make people feel like, you know what, I need to be a better person. What are you guys, angels? I'm getting this energy. It feels so light and it feels like a warmth. It feels like someone's hugging me. Someone's holding me. Because you guys are very loving people. And I'm getting like, you don't hold things against people. You're like, you know what? You were hurting. You needed that love. You needed that thing, you know? It's giving that energy. You do speak with love. And I feel like that's what gets you a lot of people who want to be your friend or take to your energy and may even want to support you. You guys could channel this in your creativity. It makes me think of like water sign energy where like, you don't have to be a water sign, but it's like giving that energy of like channeling your feelings, your thoughts into creativity, okay? But I feel like this is a pile that takes their relationships and their friendships with so much depth, so seriously. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, that should be the standard, right? But it isn't in this day and age that we live in. But this is the type of pile that when you love so hard. And your unique spiritual blueprint is about your love, the way you love, how you love. You are love. You vibrate love, okay? Love is your name, pile 5. You know, and I feel like this makes people want to change. This really activates something in people, even if they don't admit it to your face. They feel it internally. Okay, you make people want to align with the unhealed selves and work on it. Whether they have the strength to do that is another thing, but you inspire that in others, and you are physical evidence to a lot of people that love is real, that goodness is real, that love, you are the reason why people know what love feels like, okay? Yeah, you're definitely a healer, okay? Gonna move on to pile 6. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Pile 6. 53 minutes and 23 seconds. You guys chose intention. I'm starting to regret that I did 7 piles because this was not meant to be long, and look, it's long. But let's see. We have the blueprint and the snowdrop. Sorry, not the blueprint. The butterfly and the snowdrop. Hope. We have 52 seeking experts. Some of you guys could be 52 or 25 or be between those ages. You don't have to be, but 5 is change. And 2 is alignment, partnership. Add 5 and 2 together, you get 7, which is learning. So seek an expert. We have Leo. We have air sign energy with the 10 of swords and the 5 of swords. Okay, so. All right, what's your unique spiritual blueprint? Okay, I feel like you heal yourselves, okay? Because we have seek an expert, and 2 is about partnership. But I feel like you learn a lot from your relationships and it changes you. But it also makes you want to understand why people behave the way that they behave. It's similar to the last part, it's giving like psychologist, therapist kind of energy, where like you generally like to investigate why people are the way that they are, so that in hopes that you can understand people in a different level and maybe try and be a bit more accommodating and understanding, okay? But then it also triggers you to then do some learning about yourself, like, why did I attract that person? Or what did I learn from that person? What was the reason why we connected? It's kind of like giving like a sense of like you logicalizing the things you go through. So even when you go through trauma, like you may be that type of person that could talk about their trauma and not break down and cry in front of people, and people are like, oh my God, that's awful. And you're just like, yeah, it is what it is, but I want to understand why I went through that. What did I learn from that? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like you logicalize things with the intention to learn about them and learn about yourself, okay? Self-development kind of energy. But regardless of what you go through, you always have hope, okay? Even when things end with this 10 of Swords, you always find a way to start again. It's almost like you can tell someone like, so-and-so like did this to me or this happened, and you're like, it's sad, but well, I guess we've hit rock bottom. It doesn't get worse than this. Now the only way is up, now that we're down. You know, it's kind of like that mentality. You seem more logical. But you never give up with hope when it comes to humanity. You may try to study people a lot. I would not be surprised if this is the part that likes to diagnose people like, yeah, that's a narcissist. Oh, that person's anxious. Okay, oh, that's avoidant. But not in a judgy way, but in a way where like you've collected enough experiences getting to know people in order to like not point out or distinguish, but so that you can avoid certain people. Or if you've gone through narcissistic abuse, or you've gone through some sort of catastrophic relationships, it's like, okay, I needed to go through that so that I could elevate, and now I know what to look for. Now I know how to prepare, and they are the way that they are because of this in their childhood, this in this experience. So now I know that, okay, the best thing to do now is I avoid such people, or the best thing to go about those people is just ignore them. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you guys collect a lot of learning from your experiences, but I'm getting it's mostly from your relationships that are transformative. And in a way, it's kind of empowering, because even though you go through something that's very like catastrophic or something that's really bad, it's like you kind of are grateful you went through it because you needed to learn a lot from it. And not necessarily just about yourself, but also about like people in general. But once you realize, oh, okay, this person was only doing this to me because they had their own issues. They had their own insecurity. What a relief to know it wasn't me. What a relief to know that this person was just taking their problems out on me. Okay, cool. Now I have hope that there's still great people in this world, and it wasn't personal. It wasn't me. It wasn't because I was like this. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you may be the type of people that when you go through something difficult, you're like, you want to understand it from a logical perspective, so that you can avoid it. Okay, this is a very intelligent pile. You may be also the type of thing that, you may be the type of person that you overthink. With this 5 of Swords, Harris, so he's being loud. You guys are the type of people that you may overthink a lot with this 5 of Swords. This is giving like, I'm having mental conflict with myself, because sometimes you can't wrap your head around the idea that someone could be so cruel, or humanity can be so cruel. But then you also try to understand it from an intellectual point of view, with the hopes that by gaining understanding, you can avoid such things. You guys are very quick learners, or just you're someone who like can analyze patterns in your life. This reminds me of pile 1 and a little bit of pile 3 and 5 a little bit. But yeah, with intentions, I will clarify what that is actually. I don't know why we have intentions here. Could you clarify intentions? Why do we have intentions? Ooh, okay, so you guys might have big goals and big dreams with the 7 of Cups. There may be certain things you are trying to manifest in your life. For some of you, like pile 1, you may be good at manifesting, but when you get what you want, it may not be in the way that you thought it was. Say, for example, if you manifest a person, you may be like, I've always wanted a guy who has money. I've always wanted a woman who's really, really ultra sexy and loyal to me. And then it may not transpire the way you transpired it, as in like, it may not transpire the way you transpire. It may not transpire the way you imagined it. So you could get the rich man, but then he ends up being very arrogant, pompous, or cheating, or you get the really attractive woman who's loyal to you, but she may be very crazy. She may have a temper. She may, I don't know. And it's like, okay. So when the experiences don't work out the way you want it to work out, you're like, okay, now I need to be more specific about what I'm trying to manifest. But thanks for the lesson. Now I pay attention to the red flags. Like, it's giving that energy. Like, you set a lot of intention to bring certain things into your life, but then they may not happen the way that you want it to. But then you look at every opportunity as a source of learning. But then you do analyze the patterns. Okay, you do catch on to the patterns, and you're like, okay, now I know. So you guys are very, very intelligent people. But you just may have a lot of overthinking. You may overanalyze little things. Okay, with this 10 of swords, yeah, even when things don't work out, you're like, okay, cool. I can get back up though. It's weird. It kind of reminds me of pile 1, maybe. It's giving alchemy. It's like, you got to reach rock bottom in order to get to that state of, okay, now I can use this as motivation. Your unique spiritual blueprint involves being someone who is motivated by pain, motivated by something being very difficult to shoulder on, but being able to shoulder it on anyway. And it actually gives you better foresight, okay? We do have Leo, and you guys don't have to be a Leo here, but Leo makes you think of an energy of strength because it's represented by the lion, but it's also represented by the sun. So it's like the sun doesn't need permission to shine. The sun gives a lot of source. The sun is very powerful, but it's also very lethal, so it's giving that kind of energy where you rise regardless. There may be people who want to take you down. You may have gone through a lot of betrayal, but no one can take you down. No one can take your shine away. There could be people who even benefit off of you when you are in this state. But it's like you don't allow it to stop you from thriving. No one can really take your shine, pile 6. You guys are a pile that's very balanced within yourself, okay? So even if things don't work out the way you wanted to, you don't feel humiliated by it. You're like, okay, cool, I can learn from this because I can't be defeated. It's giving that energy because, the sun, it almost feels like the sun is lifelong. I'm sure the sun is capable of dying at some point, but it hasn't died since, and the world has been pretty much alive and well for majority of the time it's come into existence. So the sun has longevity, and I feel like that's who you are. You are undefeatable. People cannot, even when people think you're defeated, you're not. You are a warrior. You get back up every single time. No, you do not stay down for very long because the hope within you cannot be destroyed. You can't destroy source. You can't destroy the sun. Silly rabbit. Like, I'm getting like, people may try and do this to you, but you cannot be destroyed. You go within. With Seek an Expert, you go within. You go within and you find the answers every single time. Okay? Because you set the intention to do so. Okay? That's all I'm getting. I'm going to move on to the last pile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay? The last pile 7. 1 hour, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You guys chose boat. Makes me think of a Leo. I don't know why. You guys chose the rooster and the sunflower, which is communication. 11, which is a master number. All about manifesting, but it rounds to 2, which is alignment and partnership. Talk to God. We have 6, celebrate you. I think this is the only part that got 2 of these cards from this deck, but 6 is balance. We have they are using you. We have 6 of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then we have High Priestess, which is Pisces energy. I heard I'm missing you so much, can't help that I'm in love. A day without you is like a year without rain. So random message, someone who's maybe still in love with you or crushing on you is thinking of you, okay? Yeah, so what is your unique spiritual blueprint? You cannot be rocked, okay? With the boat here, I feel like no matter what happens in your life that kind of maybe destabilizes you, it doesn't manage to destabilize you. Let's just put it that way, okay? You end up finding a way to feel balanced, to feel controlled. It's like a cat. You end up landing on your feet every single time. Similar to pile 5 a little bit. Sorry, pile 6 a little bit. Okay, you guys also have a knack for communication. This is Gemini, Virgo energy, Mercury energy. You guys have a knack for charming people. If you really want something You can charm your way into getting it. You are giving snake, okay? Snake charmer. Yeah. Not that you are the snake, but you are the snake charmer. Okay. Like, regardless of what you say, like, sometimes it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. You have this ability to make people either feel uplifted, loved, adored, respected, or you can tear people down. You can make people feel like shit if you wanted to. There's something powerful in your state of communication. Okay. So yeah, you have that ability, but again, with the boat, no matter what life throws at you, you always find a way to find the balance. You find it every single time. And I think it's because you guys may do a lot of reflection with talk to God. You have a powerful connection to the divine. You have a powerful relationship to God himself. And a lot of the wishes that you may pray for, you may talk to God about, are usually given to you, even if it's not at the time that you want it to be given to you. It's given to you at the right time, or even something better. So you may say, oh God, I really want this thing, I really want this person, or whatever it may be, and God does not give it to you until it's either the right time, or God's like, you know what, past 7, you deserve better, here's this instead. It's like you have such a great relationship, and you're actually very protected. There's so many situations that were just designed to like destroy you, and they didn't, because you were protected. Okay. But there's something about manifestation coming through. You guys, this is a confirmation that you're going to get the things that you've been trying to get. It's just a matter of timing. Okay. We do have celebrate you. So again, I think a lot of people like you past 7. You have a really good charisma, whether you see it or not. And it could be something to do with the way you communicate. Again, you may make people feel good, and therefore people want to be by your side. People want to be close to you. Some of you may even have a platform. Some of you may have a lot of people who admire you, who like you, who adore you, who want to be like you. But do be cautious though, because you do have they're using you. So I do feel you may have people who want to get closer to you because of your abundant energy. And abundant energy does not mean like you're rich or something. It can do, but I'm getting it's more like you have a lot to offer, pile 7. A lot of wisdom, a lot of warmth, a lot of love. Just being in your presence is very uplifting. People leave your presence feeling better about themselves compared to when they came to you. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like people just love to be around your energy, but people may unintentionally or intentionally siphon off of your energy with the celebrate you. So people are happy to celebrate you, but sometimes it may also attract people who may want to use you, may want to use you for clout or use you for your resources. So just be cautious of that, okay? Because it's part of your unique spiritual blueprint. You're meant to have a lot in this life, and even if you feel like you don't have much now, it's going to get better from here. So don't even worry about it. But just be cautious and selective with who that is. Yeah, we do have the 9 of Cups. So your wish is my command. I do feel like you have an ability to attract the things that you really want. Even the small wins, the things that may not seem much of a big deal to you are a big deal to a lot of people. So people do consider you someone who gets their wishes fulfilled. And then we have the High Priestess. People may, okay, part of your your unique spiritual blueprint is that you're very intuitive and you have a good connection to divine, but also your ancestors, your angels, your spirit team. You may, for some of you, depending on what religion or belief system you subscribe to, like you could only act on your intuition, or you feel like called to do certain things. You may do certain rituals. Maybe the moon works in your favor, whatever it may be. Things always end up aligning in a way that's so good for you. So like you're very like, I don't know, I need to know what your Jupiter sign is, because your expansion and your luck really works in your favor as long as you follow your gut and your intuition. Okay. It leads you to what you're trying to manifest. And you guys could work with certain deities, however you say it. Some of you believe in one God. Some of you may subscribe to believing in many. Regardless of what you believe in, it's working for you. You have a really great relationship. You guys have a very good level of karma. You actually have accumulated a lot of good karma. And because of this, it does make you very much people who really want that energy for themselves drawn to you. But you may have picked up on who you can and who you can't like fully trust. You're very meticulous, and when it comes to what is working for you belief wise, you can be very tenacious. So it's just like, okay, this is what works for me. I'm going to stick to this. I feel called to do this. I'm going to do this. And to the outside world, it makes it look like things are just working for you, or you get everything handed to you, or people just randomly like you. But people don't look at things from a spiritual or energetic point of view. They look at it from what they can just see. And people may see you as someone who you're very gifted, you're very blessed. For some of you, could be very prayerful. You pray to God, you have one God, you pray to God, and things just work out for you. But just, yeah, be mindful of people wanting to siphon off of your energy, because I'm getting you have really big energy, like very good, abundant energy, that even when you're in connections, if you're connections with the wrong people, they can siphon off of this energy. They can drain you without even realizing it, because you have so much to give, physically, emotionally, financially, mentally, everythingly, you know. So just be cautious of that, okay? I feel like, not to say that you should be single, but I feel like you thrive best when you are single. I feel like the moment you get into connections, it feels like something's being sucked out of you, because it's giving an energy of feeling drained at times. But yeah, you're very intuitive. You have really deep spiritual wisdom. Some of you you have the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairs, okay? You guys are very tapped in, and your dreams hold a lot of significance. Yeah. Some people may take you for a ride, and you may sometimes play dumb with people, because they think that they can use you, because you're a very kind person as well, but you're not stupid. So yeah, you end up being a bit selective with your time and energy. And be cautious, because some people also think that you may have people who fall in love with you because of the way you talk to them, and the way you uplift them, the way you pour life into other people. But you may just be just trying to be nice. Okay, so just be cautious of that. But that's all I'm getting. I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.